Me doing a thing in Unity. And today, we have a bug. So, one of the fun things about this stream is I literally do not think about it, except for when I'm working on this game. So, when I'm not on stream, I'm also a game design professor, and I work for Endless Studios on Terminal2.com, and you know, have a lot of other things going on, and I've got Sea of Thieves to play. So I just honestly don't think about this except for during the streaming sessions. Although I guess I think, and I have other personal games that I've been working on too. So, but yeah. So today, this morning, whenever, I know we came into this with a bug, so I'm going to. That's a good thing to work on. It's nice to just have a thing that isn't working that should be, and I know that this is going to be pretty simple. Or there should be some obvious things to look into. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my editor, script editor, and think about these different controls that I have. Distance to fire is set to negative 150. In our ship, we have the ship control AI, and that is indeed set to negative 150. So right now I want to, this is my gunner, every so often check for enemies. Let's go ahead and check the print nearby ships, nearby ships dot count, and we're gonna get all of these instantly. We're gonna have like a ton of ships all talking at once, so better debug tools might be in our future. Ooh. All right. So one, they're not all detecting everything, but they are definitely detecting a lot. So the first thing we could do is just well, one, we should also not be getting that many. Okay, so let's go into our get ships function. So we have print is equal to ID. Excuse me. All right. I'll blow my nose. Alright. So, let's do this. Okay. So we're creating a queue, going through the array, and so the first thing we want to do, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to just create instead of doing one per port, I'm actually going to do, I'm only going to create 4. So this should now, yeah, so we're only going to create a handful of these. And ships to port. Ship count. Wait. Why does this feel wrong? We're adding ship 0. And we're adding ships. Oh, that's the port index. Right. Yes. Okay. So I'm not actually adding ships to port. This, we're gonna undo this. And all of this is just so I can do some debugging. But, instead of this, I'm going to, for int I is equal to 1, I is less than 5, I plus add ship I and then we're going to, if I is less than 3, add alliance 0, else add ship I, comma 1. So we're gonna have 2 alliances. So this is my little just skipping through this. Also, very much need to figure out what is going on here. Also. Draping, blocking the vent, which is probably creating a lot of kind of white noise right now. So, all right. So we have too many particle effects, or we do not have enough particle effects. Is really what's going on. Let's see what that looks like. Yes, I've created all of 20 particle effects for. So, looks like we now need to start tracking where the player is. So, that's annoying. Okay. Diff. Actually, camera dot main dot position transform dot position if vector 3 dot distance of this transform dot position and camera dot main whatever is less than 50f, then we can create this, otherwise don't. This is probably going to be way off, so we're going to have to test that, but we can also just go ahead and up this to 50. There's no reason. Okay. What errors? Oh, gotta print something. Okay. So, first thing, if alliance type is equal to rival, and the searching ship's ID search ship.id, ship ID. Okay. All right, next up is too far. Okay. Alright, I'm trying a potential different bracketing system by the ones suggested by my coworkers who are programmers. We'll see how I feel about this. We'll see. Okay, let's try this now. Okay. Alright. If distance. So here's a question. Are we using this term anywhere else? Is there some way? No. Why are we getting that thing up there? Oh, that's fine. Okay. If distance is negative, which it is, and oh, did we just do this backwards? And the distance is more than that. Continue. Is it gonna simply be that change? Too far, too far, too far. Nearby ships, 0. Found ally, nearby ships, 0. Okay. So maybe this is working now. Alright, let's see. Okay. So if that's the case, then let's go back to this. Okay. Alright, they stopped shooting. These should start shooting soon. Yep. Are they gonna sink each other? Oh man, so much firing. And no one's hitting. That's okay though. Yeah, alright. That's kind of starting to come alive a little bit. I mean, definitely coming alive. Again, AI is crap right now, but that's not what we're super worried about at this moment. It will become more and more relevant because of what I've made. But, oh, I'm fascinated by this. It's like just doing a perfect loop around. But okay, so the question is, let's see, have we lost any ships? Ooh, there's one in the middle. You can tell it's been destroyed because there's one in the middle. So, ooh, that one almost fired at us. I mean, it was firing at us. I want to see one other ship get destroyed. Ooh, these ships are firing. There you go. Two other ships.
Which basically takes that
So,
one slide she was curious about and splits it apart into schools that had dropped
okay.
in the most
Okay.
recent year versus schools that were persistently developing and emerging across the past few years.
All right.
So we have that ready to go. We can send them the updated slides, or we can prepare that in the paper.
All right. Let's see. What is up next? So we got that done. We now have some very basic AI behaviors. So let's say AI ships firing at range. We're still gonna have that to worry about in the future. We still have, so I think we can say friendly enemy, right? That is now a thing that exists. Do you think probably the next thing we want to do is some sort of economy? Like give us a reason to travel somewhere. So, kind of idea of, creating a simulation space is, I think you have to figure out what the focus is that you want to work on, or why does this simulation exist? If I hit play, like, is it just a thing that I'm, like, satisfied to kind of experience? Do I want to be a part of it? Ooh, got close. Like, what makes this interesting? I think there's probably going to be a navigational element that I'll need to work on more. I really like the way we have these different kind of networks of islands. And I think that is for sure a thing for me to keep working on. I like that aspect of the game. I also like the aspect of, so I mean, so let's go ahead and, what do we like? Watching ships fight, seeing the chains of ports. Chains of, allies and rivals. Allied. Rival ports. Right, like this. This feels important. Right. I think that's how I feel about this right now, is the thing that's most exciting to me is this sense of these different places, that were just, randomly generated. Here's this cool little thin tower. There's that kind of fatter, larger island, and then there's that one over there, but they're all, allies. And meanwhile, there's this other one over here, and they're two right next to each other. Something very good about that. And so I think about, what ends up being the conversation between these islands. That feels like a thing that I want to see more of. So I think we do need to generate, I think this thing needs to increase and decrease. I think we need some sense of this being no more dynamic, So yeah, I think this is some amount of game design, right? Is looking at these things and saying, what do you like? What don't you like? I also, really like watching, ships fight and move in general. So that feels like what we want to think about. All right, so if that's the case, then I think we need to deplete goods. I think that's next up. Very simple idea. Depletion of goods. We already have a function even. And we have, this is being called every so many seconds, I believe. Let's confirm. Find all references. Update activity. And we have our clock. Yep.
Yes, we do.
So, what does that look like? Out there, which goes here. Oh. Update all ports. Oh, that's right there. Update the port. Harvest, deplete, convert. So we have, if we look at our port, we look at our where is it? Hold. Hold, we have the idea of the items. And we have an item here. Might want to separate this out. Basic ship, basic names. I'm gonna say classes. I'm gonna make a new. Script. Classes, resource. Okay. Same way we have public static class, like that. We're going to have a public static class called resources. And inside of that, or not in, well, so we'll have resources, then we will also pull our item type. And we probably want to pull all of this over there. Pull this over. Okay. So we have, now we have, so we have our items separated out. We have this pulled here, and our ship has a storage value. We have these various items. And I think these items are actually how we want to move things. The question is if this is how we deplete things. You know, I think. So our port is going to have, so our port has buildings and building types. And I think we want to deplete our storage based on how many buildings we have. So, okay. How much population and resources from the island? So, I think default, all right, is minimum 1 if we have supplies, food, construction, and weapons. Right? Or is that actually supplies are food? And wealth. Supplies, wealth, construction, and weapons. So construction is only necessary. So really, like supplies, right? And this is in the wrong spot. Supplies, wealth. Nope. This should be in depletion. One supplies. Use. So storage. This has a storage. So storage dot use item type dot supply and the count. All right. Just a moment. We're going to sorry, I have to answer a question for work. Where was it? Sorry, I'm just gonna Okay. So I got about another 30 minutes before I have to fully turn my attention to that stuff. But for now, I think we want, so you'll notice we have a line under here, so there is no such function right now because we don't actually have any sort of idea of using items. So we're going to need a public bool use. We're going to want item type. No, that is not what I said. And integer count. I think we're probably going to want to clean this up at some point, but for now, oh, we are not actually ever resetting set storage weight or set. We need to change that, don't we? If remove, so where are we calling remove from? Should only be there, yes. So if we're doing that, then we should update. And then using an item should be a while count is more than 0. We're going to get item. Item. -1. And so maybe we should have a temp. No. So we will make a new item called temp item. Temp item equal to this. If temp item is equal to null, then return false, because we did not have enough of this item to remove, so we have run out of that item. Else, so return true at the bottom. Else, we are going to remove temp item and count minus minus. Count is more than 0. Yep. Okay. Should be good. Should be good. So, let's see. Buildings count, right? So we'll just say 1 for now. Alright. Let's see what we have going on next. Okay. So this should deplete our deplete our supplies. Deplete our supplies by 1 every clock cycle. And our world, the clock is set to 0, so we probably want to change that. Maybe every 10 seconds. So now, if I select my port, null. Okay. Wealth, null. Let's make sure we have it. Okay. That feels like that went too quickly. Did I not save that? Let's find out. Okay. Wealth, null. Why are you setting that to that? We shouldn't have 3 of those all go away immediately. So something is wrong here. We'll try and solve that, and then we will call it on that. If type item if storage use is equal to false, debug.log out of supplies. Alright, let's try this again. Yep, that is instantly... Yeah, that ran instantly, constantly, so... Depleting of the port. Here's the question. Was I... No, the timer length is 10. Unless I'm doing it on like an update. Let's find out. Could be it. Script world. Update if clock.run timer. Oh. Wait. I think we should say public bool loops. If loops time is equal to timer length. Now I don't have to think about that anymore. Okay. Because we've also been having to do that in our ship control AI, right? I think we've had to be resetting this value. Yeah. Like, we shouldn't have to reset the thing captain or the thing gunner or the helmsman. So let's confirm that we're happy with this. Yeah. Find all references. So we also have this. I think that's good. I'm gonna leave that, but let's go back into our game. Looked at the sloops, and let's select our ship. Control AI. That also loops. That also loops, and this also loops. Captain, helmsman, gunner. Alrighty. So many ports out of supplies. Okay, well, I have to call it there for now, so we got about an hour going in there, but we started to get the next stage of our game going, and which I think is just having some fun with our, just starting to think more about what these ports are and what they mean. You know, imagining them with, you know, wealth and construction and weapons and, you know, whether that's defensive or not. So we can start to imagine other ships coming to attack versus to deliver and trade. So then we might start having some more interesting AI stuff happen. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed hanging out. I will see you at some point. And by that, I mean on Friday. All right. Bye.